Hello, English learners, and welcome back to English Pod. My name is Nova.
And I'm Liam. How are you today, Nova?
I'm doing really well today, Liam. I'm excited because we have a great lesson for everyone.
Yes, we do. Today we're going to talk about a very common situation, something that happens to many people.
That's right. It's a situation that can be a little bit embarrassing.
Very embarrassing sometimes.
But don't worry, by the end of this lesson, you will understand the vocabulary and expressions you need to handle this situation in English.
Exactly. We're going to use real English, everyday English that people really use in conversations.
So, Liam, what are we talking about today specifically?
Today we're talking about forgetting someone's name.
Oh, yes, that can be very embarrassing.
It sure can, and it happens to me sometimes.
Me too, especially when I meet many people at the same time.
Like at a conference or a party.
Exactly.
All right, let's listen to our dialogue for the first time. It's going to be a little fast, but don't worry if you don't understand everything.
That's right. After this lesson, you'll understand much more.
Perfect. Let's listen.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, hey, what are you doing in this neighborhood? Do you live around here?
Actually, my office is right around the corner. I work in that building across the street.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Yes, it was great to meet you last week at the conference. I really enjoyed our conversation about international business.
Yes, I remember that. It was a very interesting discussion. You know, I'm in a bit of a hurry right now, but here's my card.
Thank you.
We should definitely meet again and continue our discussion.
That sounds like a great idea.
You still have my contact details, right?
Well, this is a little embarrassing.
Oh, what happened?
Your name has just slipped my mind. Could you remind me?
Of course, my name is Daniel Carter.
Thank you so much.
Don't worry about it. It happens to me all the time.
Really?
Yes, I'm terrible with names.
That makes me feel better.
Wow, Liam forgot her name in that conversation.
Yes, and that can be very embarrassing.
But it's also very common,
Exactly. Many people forget names sometimes.
especially when they meet many new people.
That's true.
So in today's lesson, we're going to learn some useful expressions that you can use in this situation.
Yes, expressions that will help you sound natural and confident in English.
All right, let's start with our first vocabulary section.
Language takeaway.
All right, let's start with our first language takeaway for today.
Yes, our first phrase is in a bit of a hurry.
In a bit of a hurry.
In a bit of a hurry.
So Liam, what does this phrase mean?
Well, when you say I'm in a bit of a hurry, it means you don't have much time. You're moving quickly because you need to go somewhere or do something soon.
Exactly. It's a very common phrase in everyday English.
Let's listen to a few examples so our listeners can understand how to use it.
Example 1. Can you drive a little faster? I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Example 2. Sorry, I can't talk right now. I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Example 3. I'm in a bit of a hurry, so I'll finish this work later.
So it's very simple. It just means you don't have enough time.
Perfect. Now let's move on to our second language takeaway word.
And that word is contact details.
Contact details.
Contact details.
Liam, can you explain what contact details are?
Sure. Contact details are the information people use to contact you.
For example, your phone number
Your email address.
or your home address.
Exactly. All the information that helps people get in touch with you.
Example 1. Please send me your contact details by email.
Example 2. Here is my business card with all my contact details.
Example 3. Do you still have my contact details?
That's a very useful phrase, especially in business situations.
Yes, and also when meeting new friends or colleagues.
All right, now let's look at our third language takeaway phrase.
And that phrase is slipped my mind.
Slipped my mind.
Slipped my mind.
Nova, this is a funny phrase, isn't it?
Yes, it sounds a little strange, but it's very common in English.
So what does slipped my mind mean?
It means you forgot something.
Usually by accident.
Right, you didn't forget on purpose.
Example 1. I'm sorry I forgot to call you. It completely slipped my mind.
Example 2. I forgot to bring my notebook today. It slipped my mind.
Example 3. Oh no, I forgot your birthday. It slipped my mind.
So remember, slipped my mind simply means I forgot.
Exactly.
Liam, has anything ever slipped your mind recently?
Yes, actually. Yesterday, I forgot my friend's birthday.
Oh no.
Yes, it was very embarrassing.
What did you do?
I called him and said, "I'm really sorry. Your birthday slipped my mind."
That's a good way to apologize.
Yes, honesty is always the best policy.
I agree. All right, now that we've learned these 3 important phrases,
In a bit of a hurry
contact details,
and slipped my mind.
it's time to move on to our next section.
That's right.
This next section is called Putting It Together. All right, welcome back, everyone. Now it's time for our next section.
That's right. This section is called Putting It Together.
In this section, we're going to take the words and phrases we've learned and use them in real conversations.
This helps you become more fluent and sound more natural in English.
Exactly. So let's start with our first phrase for today.
And that phrase is around here.
Around here.
Around here.
Liam, what does around here mean?
It means near this place or close to this location.
Right. It's a very common phrase when you're talking about places.
Example 1. Is there a bank around here?
Example 2. Do you live around here?
Example 3. There are many restaurants around here.
Very simple and very useful.
Now let's look at a similar phrase.
And that phrase is around the corner.
Around the corner.
Around the corner.
This means something is very close, usually on the next street.
Exactly. Example 1. My office is right around the corner.
Example 2. There's a coffee shop around the corner.
Example 3. The pharmacy is just around the corner.
So if something is around the corner, it's very near.
Great. Now let's move on to our next phrase.
And that phrase is terrible with.
Terrible with.
Terrible with.
Liam, can you explain what terrible with means?
It means you're not good at something.
Exactly.
Example 1. I'm terrible with numbers.
Example 2. She's terrible with directions.
Example 3. He's terrible with technology.
So when you say, I'm terrible with something, it means you have difficulty doing it.
That's right.
Liam, are you terrible with anything?
Yes, I'm terrible with remembering names.
Really?
Yes, sometimes I meet someone and forget their name immediately.
That happens to many people.
What about you, Nova?
I'm terrible with directions.
So you get lost easily.
Yes, very easily.
Then you should use GPS more often.
That's a good idea.
Let's imagine a real situation.
Okay.
You're meeting someone at a cafe,
All right.
but you forgot their name.
Oh no, that's embarrassing.
What would you say?
I might say, I'm really sorry, but your name has slipped my mind.
That's perfect. Very polite and natural.
Yes, it's better than pretending you remember.
Absolutely.
All right, now that we've practiced several useful phrases,
Around here,
around the corner,
terrible with,
and slipped my mind.
these are all very common expressions in everyday English.
That's right. Now it's time to move on to our next section.
That's right.
The next section is called Fluency Builder. Welcome back, everyone. Now it's time for our final section.
That's right. This section is called Fluency Builder.
In this section, we're going to learn how to sound more natural and more confident in English.
Exactly. We're going to take simple phrases and make them sound more like real everyday English.
Let's start with a very common greeting.
And that greeting is, how's it going?
How's it going?
How's it going?
This is a very natural and friendly way to ask someone how they are.
Yes, native speakers use this phrase all the time.
Example 1. Hey Liam, how's it going?
Pretty good, thanks. How about you?
I'm doing great.
Example 2. Hi Sarah, how's it going today?
It's going really well, thank you.
So next time you meet a friend, instead of saying only, how are you?
You can say, how's it going?
It sounds more natural and more casual.
Liam, have you ever forgotten someone's name in real life?
Yes, many times.
Really?
Yes, once I met an old friend at the supermarket and I couldn't remember his name.
That must have been awkward.
It was very awkward.
What did you do?
I smiled and said, Hey, it's great to see you again.
That's a smart idea.
Yes, and later I asked another friend for his name.
Good strategy. Let's give our listeners some practical tips.
Yes, practical tips they can use in real life.
Tip 1. You can say, I'm sorry, your name has slipped my mind.
This is polite and honest. Tip 2, you can ask, could you remind me of your name?
Very simple and very natural. Tip 3. You can ask for their business card.
Yes, because their name is written on it. Tip 4, you can ask them to type their email address.
Usually their full name is included in their email.
That's a clever trick.
Let's listen to one final short dialogue.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing well, thanks. Do you live around here?
Yes, my office is right around the corner.
That's nice.
I'm in a bit of a hurry right now, but here's my card.
Thank you.
We should meet again soon.
Sure. By the way, I'm really sorry, but your name has slipped my mind.
No problem. My name is David.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Let's review today's important phrases.
How's it going?
Around here,
Around the corner,
in a bit of a hurry,
contact details,
slipped my mind.
terrible with.
These phrases are very useful in everyday English conversations.
These are all very common expressions in everyday English.
That's right.
Practice them every day, and your English will improve quickly.
That's right.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed today's lesson.
And we hope you learned something new.
Remember, learning English takes practice.
So keep listening, keep speaking, and keep learning.
Thank you for joining us today.
And we'll see you in the next lesson.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.